Oh, another soggy, wet, rainy day. Gotta do some stuff here, always last minute. Let's get this done with. I'm actually reading an interesting piece of news. I think it's in the UK, and apparently they're proposing, or I don't know if they actually are, going to increase the rates of the drone license. And apparently that's making a lot of people upset. It's kind of interesting. Makes me wonder if that's going to happen here, if something is going to be introduced like that for all the recreational flyers. The first thing that kind of caught my mind today was how, as I was browsing and reading the news, this ad popped up. It was for Best Buy, and it was actually about drones. I guess people buying drones as gifts for people during the holidays. It kind of brings up that topic on whether or not a retailer should have to have the responsibility to inform people about regulations and all that before they buy it. Or at the same time, are people going to have buyer's remorse when they buy stuff like that, depending on where they live, because they could buy it and then find out, hey, I can't fly this thing anywhere. So the gist of the commercial here was, as you can see, the dad was walking in a Best Buy store just browsing, and he sees this Mavic Pro, and I guess he really wants it, but for whatever reason he can't. Maybe it's because of budget, or the wife won't let him, who knows. But eventually, I guess during the Christmas time, the son gets a present, and as he opens it, it's a Mavic Pro. And the dad's like, you know, oh my god, like he thought it was for him, but it's for the kid. And then afterwards, there's like this slogan saying it's like gifts for the whole family. But then when you think about it, like even here, drones are always portrayed as something dangerous, get it away. Like it's not very family friendly, so to speak. Like in this example for the Mavic Pro, would you ever consider it as a quote toy, or just something used for entertainment purposes where the family can fly it up there, take, you know, videos? Or no, that thing should always be treated as some kind of professional industrial aircraft. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but yeah, something like that to do work. Because to my understanding here in Canada anyways, it's only considered a quote toy if it's under 250 grams, so something really tiny, which doesn't exactly have probably the best camera or anything like that, which is kind of defeats the purpose, I would assume, why most people buy bigger drones like that. In my opinion, as long as it's not something really humongous, it's just come down to common sense, because there's just so many things you can get that can be quote just as dangerous if you use it in a stupid way. Okay, not sure how long this will take, but here goes. That was a little goofy, but that's how it is. It doesn't look like I can fly the drone today. There isn't even an ounce of blue sky. You ever seen benches like this? No clue what that is. But the other story I read today, which is kind of interesting, it's basically in the UK to my understanding, and it's affecting commercial pilots, but still, it makes me wonder if they'll do something like that here even for recreational people. It says, another UAV license price hike. Commercial drone flyers rage over consultation. The Civil Aviation Authority is threatening already squeezed British commercial drone operators with another license fee hike from April, piling another 40% onto their costs. Drone flyers who make money by selling pictures and videos taken with their drones are furious over the CAA's proposal, which came to light in a general consultation about increasing licensing fees across all commercial aviation sectors. For the prices, it says here, in the UK, a commercial drone operator's license, formerly known as a permission for commercial operations, currently costs £173 for an initial grant and £130 for a renewal. And the license runs for 12 months. And as the article stated, they basically want to increase it by 40%, which is making a lot of the drone flyers, commercial ones, upset, because I guess the argument is the people that are following the procedures are basically getting dinged more, whereas the people that aren't are basically still doing things for cheaper, I guess you can say, because they're not following the quote rules. The reason for this is kind of fascinating. It says, the stated organization aims to use the £300,000 raised by jacking up fees to reduce application turnaround times. Now, what is this estimation? It says basically going from currently an average of 90 days down to 15 days in respect for standard permissions. That's kind of interesting to think about. Basically, you put something in place which has a fee, but because it's, I guess it's so redundant, now you're asking people for even more money to make it less redundant. Whereas before, I guess, like for some people, it's basically, hey, leave me alone. But I guess you can't do that with commercial operators. But I still think it should come down to how you are flying the drone and what exactly are you doing. Because to me, again, it makes no sense. If you can put, like, say, a GoPro on your camera, take videos, do whatever you want with it, why can't you do the same thing with the drone in that sense? This little boot note was interesting though. It says, the CAA was insistent on its website that the PICO is not a license. It basically gives you permission from a state agency to do something that is otherwise forbidden by law. So in that sense, if I'm understanding it correctly, it's kind of like saying, hey, this isn't like a driver's license, you're renewing that type of thing. It's more about if you want permission to say close the road down to do like a shoot, it's more like that, like you're getting permission to do stuff like that, or a place where you can't normally fly. That's what this fee's for, if I'm understanding this correctly. It's kind of an interesting way of thinking about it. I think most people will still say it's still a money grab, right? I think that's what most people would say. Even though, again, this is more for commercial people, and here in Canada we don't have anything set in stone yet, it just makes me a little concerned where even for the recreational people, if you just allow them to pass these ridiculous regulations, so to speak, saying like, for example, hey, you have a $200 drone, you still need $600 insurance for a year, you're just gonna keep getting worse and worse, kind of like with this example. That would be my fear anyways. So I think that's even more of a reason it's important to get it out there in terms of, hey, these things don't make any sense in many ways anyways. I don't think I've ever heard anybody of an authority answer that question either. Why does it make sense where if you take a video or a picture through the drone, just because it's from the drone, for some reason that is so bad, it's so commercialized, you must be licensed, whereas again, you use anything else, like say the car or something like that, you put a camera, whatever you do with the footage, it's your business. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Can someone explain that to me that actually has some kind of authority? I don't think you can you? I can't walk through here, too much water I guess. Can you imagine if the film industry was like that? For example, anyone who intends to shoot any kind of short film, whether it be a family movie or anything like that, doesn't matter what you're using, cell phone, camera, you have to pay a licensing fee to do that? That would be so ludicrous, but that's kind of like what it is with this. Tons of rain, tons of rain. Let's visit some of the old archive stuff that I wasn't able to use over the past week. Surprised they didn't light up this area yet. Anyways, see you guys later.